up, everybody? This is Elle, and you're watching another episode of Pressed by Elle on This Only Happens in Ohio.
Ohio.
I drop a pistol, let 9 go. We slap with the fake glass and white go. This only happens in Ohio.
How are you?
I'm good. Best I've ever been.
That's awesome. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I come from Chillicothe, Ohio. Y'all don't know about it. It's cool, you will.
Period.
That's I started making music around. I've been writing since I was like 10. I started making music around the age of 14, freshman year. People clown on me. Clown on me hard. All right, so my first album was about like going through foster care and shit. But people just didn't give a fuck. And they just clowned on me. I mean, it wasn't the best fucking album. It wasn't. It was my first shit. Nobody's first shit is their best shit. But like, I sold that shit at school from my book bag and made $500 the first day. So that's all that matters.
So you hustled your first?
Yeah, the first day.
That's awesome. And what was it called?
The Rising.
The Rising. Is
Yeah.
it on the platform?
Nah, Brian made me take that shit off.
Brian, shout out Brian. He do be looking out though.
He do.
So that's awesome. Well, I'm glad that you are down here. I'm glad that you came on the show because we definitely know each other. We go back about 2 years now.
Yeah.
So I've been through this development with Lev.
When I first signed on to use it.
Yeah. Shout out Music Brands. Got the bottle of Henny over here. You feeling good? You
Hey,
laughing?
yeah, I'm feeling real good.
Awesome. So now starting off, because you just said people were clowning you and stuff like that in high school.
It's normal.
Your name wasn't always Lev Jordan.
Nah. It used to be LA's.
LA's?
Yeah, there's always been an L in my name for like my first name, Levi.
Okay.
But Ace was just for number one, because I've always saw myself as number one. So why not? But every time I go back to the city, Chillicothe, I hear LA, and I'm like, nah, stop calling me that.
Yeah. Put some respect on your name.
It's Lev Jordan now.
Yeah. So, because I know, like, when I first met you, your name at the time was Sad Boy Lev. Right?
Yeah. I was going through a lot of shit right there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what is it about, like, the name change? Does it give you, like, a sense of, I don't know, like, validation for where you are at that point in your life?
Sad Boy Lev?
Or just, like, you're changing your name constantly?
Changing.
Yeah.
Constantly. I'm always reinventing myself.
Okay.
Like, I'm not the only one that notices it. Like, character change is taking place every single, like, week, every day. Like, if you look back on Lev on Instagram, like, at the beginning, it's a big change, a very big change.
Yeah.
And some people's notice it, some people haven't. But the people that do notice it realize where the shit's going.
Yeah. And to go from Sad Boy Lev, because I remember sitting at the table last year, and you were like, Elle, I don't want to be sad no more. I was like, okay, well, what can we do to make you happy? Like,
Yeah.
So I'm the Lev Jordan, first of all, hard. I love the name.
Thank you.
Jordan's your middle name, right?
Yeah.
So that's awesome. It's more true, I feel like, to you, just
Very.
where you are now.
I feel more at home in this.
Good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what is, I guess, some of the biggest lessons that you've learned since you've started?
Just don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. Like, I find myself every day, still today, thinking about what other people are thinking about me, and that just does not fucking matter. It does not. And that's my biggest downfall, is thinking about what people think of me. I gotta stop.
Yeah. I think that it helps a lot of us back, right?
Yeah. And just
Compared to me, or, you know.
Just period. What people think does not matter. If you fuck with what you're doing, do it. Period.
Yeah. Stay true to who you are and who you want.
I had to be lit for this show. Lev, don't talk.
Yeah, Lev is actually a really quiet guy. You do smile a lot anyway. So
I do.
This is normal, but yeah, no.
When I'm talking, I smile.
Yeah, but for this interview, he had to get loose. So, that's dope. But talk to me a little bit about what you're doing now. You're out in LA.
Yeah, been
lot.
there for almost a year now.
Okay.
In July, it'll be a year. There's talk about working with Big Head and teaming up with Internet Money.
Okay.
So we'll see where that goes. If that happens, that happens. If not, Lev's Lev. He'll still find a way to make it happen.
Yeah.
So I'm working on an album right now. It's called Reaching for Peace. It's about to drop. We're about to drop the first single from it called Horrible Winds. The music video is about to drop here in a few weeks, to be honest. And then the album release date comes. And that's when people think shit's going to start popping.
Okay. When is the album release date? Do you know yet?
I do not know.
Okay, so it's coming up, slowly
Yes.
approaching. Summertime, though?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll be on the lookout for that.
Yeah. Be on the lookout. It's a whole story.
Is there, yeah, so I was just going to ask you, is there a message or some kind of relevance to this album that's coming out?
Yeah. My life, I've always, like, as a child, I just saw myself always going somewhere bigger than what I was at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I've never really lived in the moment. I've always thought about the fucking future, and the future's just always on my mind.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
The album's just more about where you're headed.
Yeah.
That's dope.
It's about dropping all the negative out of my life. Breaking up with my ex. A big negative in my life. A lot of weight on my shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
It's about not caring what people think. It's about just being up. Lev is up.
Lev is up.
Yeah. It's about the move to Cali.
Yeah. And that's been an experience for you. Out there, how has your skills or your just talent as an artist grown since you've been out there?
I've met a lot of people.
Okay.
And I'm going to shout out Yali because that nigga, he showed me just don't give a fuck. Just don't give a fuck. And that was, like, you asked me the question before, the biggest lesson, just don't give a fuck. I think that's the only thing I needed to learn in my life, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I was caring about what people think way too much. I still care today, but, like, I don't give a fuck.
People's expectations.
Yeah.
That's good. I feel like it's a good place to not always give a fuck. You know what I mean? But like,
Nah,
because you care to some
I
extent.
care about
Yeah.
certain things,
But like,
if I can't care about it, I just don't care about
yeah,
it.
because you gotta help yourself first, right?
Yeah.
And the message that you're trying to get across is to be true and to, live your life however fit.
Yeah.
Dope. So you talked a little bit about earlier your first album being about like going through foster care and things like that. Is that where most of your inspiration has come from?
Sad boy Lev's inspiration, yeah, not Lev's.
Okay. And Lev is on a new journey to different heights.
On the way new journey.
So talk about your journey, like now, like what is so different these days?
I'm just not sad. Like, I feel like there's still things I haven't dealt with, but like, I'm just content. Like, I'll be fine and I'll move on. Eventually I'll deal with those things. But for now, it's getting me where I'm going. Yeah, and shit happens for a reason. That's all I can say.
Yeah. And I think too, just you in person is super dope. Like,
Thank you.
People got to know Lev on a like normal level. Like,
Thank
they
you.
love you because even just to go from like how you are personally, how you are on this interview, but you on stage, it's a whole different story.
I'm a performer.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Where does like that energy come from? What do you see yourself as when you're on stage?
Nah, when I first go on stage, I'm actually nervous.
Really?
Very nervous. But then when I get on stage, it's just like I hear my voice, and I'm like, that's me. And all these people are fucking vibing with it. So, like, it's just immediately a blanket goes over me, and, like, it just comes out. I really can't explain what happens on stage, to be honest, because, like, I don't remember even close to half of it. It just happens. Yeah.
'Cause we saw one of your shows recently, and you were sitting at the top of like the ceiling, and like the smoke was going.
Yeah, the second night, everybody was asking around the party, is Lev gonna get up on there? Is Lev gonna get up on there? I just had to say, I don't know. You gotta wait to see.
You didn't plan it.
I didn't.
So, yeah, that was.
I didn't get up there.
It was a compelling moment. I feel like it was a moment I think in your career that I was like, oh yeah, no.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a moment in my career that a lot of people realized it was going there.
Now, with your style of music, who would you say is somebody that you would like to collaborate with, or you would hope that supports your music?
I really don't look for support from anybody.
Okay.
I don't. I do what I do. If you fuck with it, you fuck with it. If you don't, fuck you. I'm sorry. That's just who I am. I'm gonna be who I am.
Yeah.
Always.
You should.
But now if I had to say if I wanted a feature, it'd be like a Lil Wayne feature.
A Lil Wayne.
A Lil Wayne feature. I think that would go hard.
Is that who you listened to growing up?
That's who I listen to still most.
Really?
Lil Wayne is a big inspiration. Inspiration for real.
What
Like
is it about his artistry that inspires you?
just the craziness. Just the you could tell he has love for what he does. And he puts passion into every single lyric and what he does. Like, he means everything he says.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what kind of like, I feel like it's the biggest inspiration in my music.
Yeah. Your music is really like something that I feel like you feel.
Yeah, I feel every lyric that I put on the track. I hear, I'm not going to throw shots. Nah, I just hear some people, and I'm like, you're not really feeling what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I know that's what separates me from others.
I think that it'll take you far too.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So what kind of goals do you have for your artistry, at least this year?
This year,
Mm-hmm.
I think by the end of 2021, Lev's going to be a name. I honestly believe that. I don't just think that. Like, if we get this album dropped and we press it, like we're planning to press it, it's undeniable.
Yeah, I think so. So now, your management team, pressing it out and stuff like that, what are some, like, big takeaways that I guess you've learned as far as marketing your music?
You just can't trust everybody.
No.
Yeah.
Story time. What's the scoop?
It's just LA's LA. You can't trust everybody.
So, is there any advice that you would give other artists here in Ohio that don't necessarily have those connections out in LA? What are some things that help you?
If I gotta be honest, I don't really deal with the whole business side. I don't. I just write. That's really all I love doing. I write at least a hook every single day. I write every single day at least.
So you're always working on your craft.
Yes.
So, not necessarily handling any of the business function because you do have a team.
Yeah.
Yeah. And your team.
I got a team for a reason.
Yeah. So talk about your team. What what is your team like? What do they handle for you? What's a day to day?
The handling, like getting videos together, getting everything else together for me, getting me where I need to go. Like, I never even know where I'm going. uh, well, go get fits and shit. Brian, he takes care of all the release plans. I am forever grateful to Brian. Like, he's done the biggest thing in all of this, for real. He takes care of a lot. I don't even need to mention all of it because, like, he takes care of a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows that. Shout out, Brian.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Much love.
So going forward, you have an album coming out,
Yeah, reaching for peace.
Reaching for Peace, coming out this summer. Now, do you have any performances or anything like that coming up?
I'm trying to throw together my own show again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last show that he threw was super fire.
Yeah. If you wasn't there, you better come to the next one.
Yeah. So, do you have any other like plans for this year?
Yeah. Actually, there's a whole nother album in process after this one. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's gonna, I don't want to drop names of it, so I'm not gonna drop names of it. But it's along the lines of mental break, and it's full dive into like the Cali experience.
Okay. Fully diving into the Cali experience.
Yeah, into like the life change, like the real life change.
Did it change a lot?
Very much.
Such a
I used to be
shit.
in clothes that didn't fit, and now I'm in. Well, you see.
Yeah. I guess, yeah. Is it like at all humbling to you, like where you come from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not a day that I don't humble myself. Like, it'll be an understatement to say that I just have nightmares of like my past.
You're always thinking about it.
Yeah. I mean, I say Sad Boy Lev's dead, but like, he's always gonna be in there. Yeah.
I know a lot of artists have said in the past, to get good music, you have to go through some pretty shitty stuff.
People don't even know. Like, people don't take the time to ask what I've been through. So like, they don't know. But in reality, I lost both my parents in the matter of days. Like, in the same week. And before that, I lost hella other people that was riding for me and telling me that I could do what I wanted to do. That's the only people I lost. Not the people that told me I couldn't do it, but I was losing the people that told me I could. I don't know why God took those people, but it's pushed me, I guess, now.
And do you do this as part of a way to like live up to the things they knew that you could do?
I have to. So I'm going to tell a story. My mom's boyfriend, his name was Kurt, and you'll hear him in a lot of my songs, to be honest. I mention him. It just stuck in my brain that, like, one night he pulled me to the side before my mom went to sleep, and he was like, I've been praying for you. I've been praying for you. I've been praying for your brother, your sisters. I've been praying for your mom, because at the time my mom was going through liver failure. And he was like, I know you can achieve anything you want to in life. You just got to work for it. And that's just stuck in my brain ever since. But since that night he told me that, like a couple days later, I get a call saying he's dead from a heart attack, unexpected heart attack. He's taking care of my mom that's going through liver failure, and nobody thinks he's going through anything. And he just up and dies. And then my mom's by herself. So yeah, that sticks with me.
And then after that, your mom shortly goes. And then is that when you go to foster care?
Nah, I've been in foster care since the age of 2. So my mom's husband, which is not my actual dad, he had a heart attack when I was 2. And my mom started getting heavy into drinking and like drugs and shit. I don't know the full details. I was young as hell. So me, my brother, and my 2 other sisters go into foster care. We're put in and out of homes. Actually, before foster care, we go to our grandparents. And then they're older. They can't take care of a bunch of kids that want to do whatever the hell they want to do. And then a baby, which is, yeah. So they eventually just hand us to foster care. And then we're in and out of homes. I got adopted at 7. My other siblings started like getting separated and shit. There's a whole song called Memories. You'll hear it. It'll drop eventually. Yeah. It's just, these are just nightmares that stay with me, not just during my dreams.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry that you had to go through all those things.
Yeah.
Because, death is not anything that any of us can fully understand. Blooper reels.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
Look.
way to lighten the mood. Okay. But no, those are definitely experiences that we have to go through that I think build us.
Everything I've went through builds me.
Yeah, and we're never prepared for those things. But to see where you've been and to see where you're growing or where you're going and how you've grown is
Now do you see why I say it's inevitable? like people's only heard not even a fraction of what I've made.
Yeah.
I send them what I want to send them.
I'll never forget when we went to Atlanta and we were like, hey, Elle, you think you can listen to this song for me and just like play it in the car?
Yeah.
Because he's so humble. Like, you don't ever, like, if they don't know you and they didn't ask, I don't feel like anybody would know that you actually make music. Good music.
I go to hella parties and I don't mention I'm an artist to anybody.
Yeah. And I think that it speaks a lot for itself.
Yeah, I'm just who I am.
Yeah. Well, so shows coming up, you said that you're trying to create your own show. Hopefully coming out. I'm hoping that you have one around the time that your album comes.
Yeah, that would be very nice. I want to do one. I know I say I never going back to Chile, but I want to do one in Chile before the album drops. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll get it done. Well, it was nice having you on the show.
Thank you. It was nice being.
I'm glad that you came down.
Thank you.
For sharing
Yeah.
a lot of your life. I think that it'll inspire people to move past their obstacles, move past whatever they feel like it's going to hold them back.
Yeah. I hope so. That's all I aspire to do.
Yeah.
I drop a pigeon, let 9 go. We slap with the fake glass and white go. This only happens in Ohio.